Well, guess what day it is? Well, you already know that. But it is 10:30. That means we are getting extremely close to loud noise time. This is the third time I'm actually trying to record this. I'm doing this a little bit differently because I thought that this would be a better setup. Turns out, no, not really. But I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that this camcorder that I'm using right now, which is a digital 8 camera, has got, well, it's got a dirty lock standby switch, so it was doing all kinds of goofy things. Normally I use full-size VHS cameras to record the New Year's video, but given that the vast majority of those I've had problems with over the last while, I've decided to switch gears a little bit. And we're using some 8mm cameras. Of course, here's the V8AF2. I haven't actually even tested it, so it may not even work. And yes, TV's on, because I try to trip over the cord there. The CCD V110, so this may not even work. I may run into problems with that, but hopefully it'll be fine. I ran out of proper vintage cameras, so I'm using that. And it's something new this year, because I'm genuinely curious, and I always get all kinds of comments on my Clock Radio videos. Oh, they use so much power. Now we're going to prove that they don't, because this year I have a camera here and a kilowatt meter. You can see we're using about 50 watts worth of power there. That kilowatt meter shows about 1 watt when there's nothing on it. So maybe about 50, 51, somewhere in there. For 25 clock radios. What I'm going to try and do, if this camcorder holds out, is I'm going to try and use it for the audio. And maybe it will turn out okay. Probably not. I suppose you'll know if I use it for a different camera, but hopefully things are working well. So I'll be right back, thanks to the magic of video editing, when we are closer to the sound off time. And yes, I am going to list every single one of these in the description down below, along with videos, because I presume that I've got videos of pretty much all of these. And if not, now would be a good time to check that, because I might be able to record some videos while they're sitting out. And I took a quick look out here. You can see it's actually pretty nice out. It was like 4 degrees today. Kind of amazing, really. It's also wet. But at least it didn't rain too much today. This TV, if anybody's wondering, this is a 19-inch Hitachi console from 1985 that I just have a random, actually brand new in the package, bag-to-box DTV box hooked up to. But I want to complain about antennas here for a second, because I have been using this Turk antenna for the longest time, and what a piece of junk it is. It can't even pick up this station, and this is CBC. Like, this should be able, like, anything could pick this up. So I ended up switching over to a really cheap and nasty, what is this, Northview antenna. That seems to be working a little bit better. But, yeah, I was mildly surprised to learn that antenna was crapping out on me. I think it's the positioning. Like, I think if I had it positioned like that Northview antenna, but the problem is the cables aren't long enough. You're watching the all stereo marathon on the Stereo Dust Particles Network. If you missed it, you missed out on one hell of a show, but, well, if you missed it, you missed it. It'll be interesting to see how many of these are actually even remotely close to accurate. You know, I try to synchronize them, but sometimes it doesn't work out so well. Well, it's 1:40. And one of them went off. I guess I got to adjust that. I'm going to have to turn it all the way back in order to adjust that. Oh. Maybe that's closer to where it should be. And it'll go off again, I don't know. That's starting to do something. We are 9 minutes. Or 8 minutes. Or something. Away, depending on what you look at. I'll be very intrigued by what that meter over there happens to say. And because I'm sure someone's going to say something about it, the camera that I'm using the audio from has a stereo microphone. So that's why it sounds the way that it sounds. I'm a little nervous. I don't really know why, but I've got the feeling that something is going to go wrong. I guess that's why I'm recording with the camera glasses as well. So that way at least there's something in the event of a total failure. I hear an activity out there, doors opening and closing. Didn't have that last year. And it makes me wonder what the reaction's going to be to this. Oh well, tough toenails. It's like 1 minute of noise. I think people will live. That's not a great sound. I'm hearing some clicking coming from the V8AF. You're down to 5 minutes. There'll be a few that'll be early. I can already see a couple that are early. I feel like I should be sportscasting this. Oh boy, here it comes. Every year, you build yourself up to the anticipation, and you kill it in like 2 seconds. Almost seems like a waste, but here we go. That's quiet. Here we go. I hear another one somewhere. There's an echo. Well, that's cool. It's like got a stereo effect to it. That sounded great. There it is. That's what everybody wants. Sweet. Alright. Off. Good enough. Alright. Happy New Year. So, there you go. Forgive the fact that I got the fan going. I cleaned over here my countertop because everything was moved. So it was a good opportunity to clean off the countertop. I used this stuff. And I suppose I should have seen it coming, considering it's got the word vinegar in like gigantic letters on the front. But it also says naturally scented citrus, so I figured, okay, you know, citrus with a little bit of vinegar, that's tolerable. The vinegar was so overpowering, it made my eyes water. It's just bad. Of course, the other problem, too, is that I probably used way too much. And the other thing I want to point out about this, this particular packaging, even though this is technically supposed to be a family-friendly channel. Oh yeah, here we go. I'll let your imagination run wild. As far as what you think that looks like. There's your 25 Clock Radios for the year 2025. Hope everybody celebrated it responsibly and designated a driver if they needed such a thing. Of course, it's probably a little too late to be saying that. I'd like for people that watch these videos to be able to watch them again next year. Because it's always fun, you know. What's going to appear this year? You know, and I know that I changed a bunch of them from the last year because I actually had a whole bunch of them fail on me. And I just kind of, I didn't, in past years I have kind of gone through and worked through the issues and, well, at least tried to work through the issues. This year I just didn't care. Just replaced it with something else. So, and yeah, didn't have my entire counter island, but now I gotta clean up this giant rat king that's in the middle of the, look at that mess. Unbelievable, eh? Now, I guess it's my own fault for not organizing things neatly, but, I mean, when it's a temporary setup anyway, who really cares, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. Happy New Year, 2025. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you on the next video, whenever that happens to be. Don't know that I'm going to record anything else tonight, though. Might just go to bed. I'm kind of tired. It's kind of odd. Usually I'm not this tired on New Year's, but I've just been, maybe that's aging, you know? That might just be how aging works. But I think I've droned on long enough. I'll go ahead and I'll close this video. You can go ahead and you can look in the description for videos and description of all of the clock radios that are here. I assume that they all have videos anyway. I guess I'm about to find out.